Our job is to separate the signal from the noise. Our job is to separate the signal from the noise. My name is David Welsh. I'm the director of Vote for Europe. And what we do is organise all the popular and voter power we can behind stopping Brexit. Power is the reality of all politics. And it's because of power that Brexit is going to be stopped. Brexit will not happen. Now, I know that many of you think it is going to happen. And you think that because the Prime Minister says it, because the newspapers say that, because the broadcasters say that. You say that because your friends say that. Well, they're all wrong. And I'm going to explain why. Our job is to separate the signal from the noise. The first reason is there's no conceivable deal that the other 27 countries of the European Union are going to offer the United Kingdom, which is going to be as good as the deal that they've got now. There is no deal that we are going to receive from any other country or any other bloc of countries which is going to make up, at least quickly enough, for the gap that we are going to experience. Now, the second fact is less obvious. What I've just told you, that there is no deal out there, is not going to be a secret. It's going to spread. Brexit is the biggest event to happen in international politics since the end of the Soviet Union. It's going to attract more media attention, more spin, more leaks, more analysis than any event possibly in human history. There's going to be a running commentary on what's happening, and people are going to learn exactly how bad the true story really is. Our job is to separate the signal from the noise. And the noise comes in so many newspaper columns, in so many broadcasts, in so many comments by so many politicians, but throughout all of that, you have to concentrate on the signal. What is the actual truth coming out of a situation? And the signal will become clear that the British government has very few options. In fact, the British government will discover that it really only has three options. The first is an extremely hard, job-destroying, power-killing, unilateral Brexit. The second is effectively a U-turn. And the third, which I suspect they'll be most tempted towards, will be a really, really bad deal, which will save their face, but leave us in a very bad place. Now, that news will get out. But again, you may say, well, why is that going to stop Brexit? The reason why it will stop, the third reason, is power. Who really has power in this country? And I know that people like to think that it's the media, that it's big corporations, that it's big money. And obviously on one level they do, but so long as we actually have a parliament that all the people of this country actually vote for, actually, ultimately, the people who have the power is us. That's where we come in. Most people, in fact, just about everybody who voted to stay in the European Union still believes that was the right thing to do. Our job is to separate the signal from the noise. So those 16 million people is a tremendous reservoir of power, of people who believe that this country should stay in the European Union. Our job is to separate the signal from the noise. MPs care about many things, but finally, above all else, they care about their jobs. So there's all these people who are in a position to tell their current sitting MPs now and frequently that they will not vote for them if they do anything to facilitate this country leaving the European Union. And what's more, to tell one opponent in each seat that actually, yes, if you promise not to take us out of the European Union, then we will back you. We'll back you. Our job is to separate the signal from the noise. Now, just to give you an idea, if we only had 4 million just the 4 million who signed that famous petition asking for a second referendum. And if we only had those people on our side, that would potentially put the seats of 1/3 of the House of Commons at risk. And of course, if we should have all 16 million people, the 48%, well, that puts everyone's seat at risk. Our job is to separate the signal from the noise. So keep fighting. You'll want it. Because when this is all over, you'll want to be there. And you'll want to know that you gave of your best. And you'll want to know all those who know you to know that you gave of your best. I certainly intend to keep fighting. Because I think it's the only moral thing to do. I think it's the only moral thing to do. Vote for Europe. I think it's the only moral thing to do. Vote for Europe. I think it's the only moral thing to do.